I want to talk a little bit about cold chain storage and logistics. So, we know many critical raw materials for mRNA production require strict storage and handling conditions to preserve their quality. When it comes to cold storage infrastructure and temperature monitoring and control, uh, what are some of the QC challenges we're facing? Christian, can I start with you with that one?
Sure. I mean, at least from our perspective, right, we haven't had very many issues here. Like the kind of cold storage you see in traditional biotech manufacturing applies in this space as well. So, dealing with the minus 80s, minus 40s, minus 20s, like, if you've been in the mammalian world, you've had to deal with these requirements. So, and mRNA is quite the same. We've seen a lot of stability and flexibility in our materials, being able to be shipped at ambient or lyophilized, which gives it much more stability. So really, like, for me, this is not a major topic. A lot of the kind of availability of kind of cold chain management companies out there meet the needs, and the experience that they have with other biotech production, sufficient. I think the one thing that has been a little bit challenging or interesting is, again, scale, right? Some of the materials we use are very small quantities. Some of the solutions that are out there for shipping these things, maybe not as perfectly designed for those kind of small quantities. But overall, I think that piece is not a major concern for us today.
Okay. Now, from a breakthrough perspective, though, even though so it sounds like you're in good shape with all of your partners, and that's fantastic. Are there any sort of wish list innovative breakthroughs you're hoping for, whether it be in monitoring systems, packaging, what have you? Do you see any room for improvement or anything coming down the line in terms of innovation?
I can't say that I do, but at least where we're at today, right, we're not supporting global clinical trials right now. So at least, maybe as of right now, we haven't addressed or encountered that. But again, I don't anticipate any additional maybe breakthrough delivery systems or anything like that.
Good. Okay. Joe, I want to offer you the same opportunity to respond about, perhaps some of the QC challenges that, whether even if it's Strand or just kind of as the sector in general, what we're facing, and maybe some of the breakthroughs that you would like to see come down the pike, or perhaps you're, really in a good spot, just like Christian and Nutcracker.
Yeah, I must say I don't see this as a major issue myself. I know that early in the pandemic with mRNA, there was a lot of discussion around the need for cold storage and the raw materials and then the drug itself. I have not found any issues with storing material at minus 70 or 80, minus 20. I haven't seen really any real major issues with shipping. I actually think that there's been improvements in shipping in terms of there's more players out there that can do this. There's more specialty shippers for high value items like this. Traditionally use of like temp tails and other new wave types of cryo cubes or chargeable packing units to, I guess are the next generation moving past refilling a box with dry ice. But I really don't think that there's a major issue. Again, the pandemic facilitated the need for much of this supply chain, this cold chain, to be built out much more robustly. And I think that we're benefiting from that right now.